Hello, everyone. I'm Rebecca Lombardo, fractional CMO and host of VendorVibes. Today, I am here with Chris from the Coastal Concierge. Hello, Chris.
Hey, good morning, Rebecca.
Thank you so much for joining me. Can you please tell me what the Coastal Concierge is?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are the virtual version of a concierge desk at an upscale hotel. So we target and partner local hotels and vacation rental property managers that are wanting to move the needle with their guest experience.
Excellent. And how are you different from, say, another concierge service?
Yeah, I think a couple ways. Number one, we are truly local and embedded into our marketplace. So we have a lot of great local partnerships. We're out at a lot of local chamber events. We're embedded in the tourism bureaus. So we've got a lot of local connections, which certainly helps when you're providing services to a guest and maybe something hasn't gone along the right way. You have an opportunity to reach out to those providers because you know them. So that's really number one. But the other thing I think that makes us really unique and different is that we provide our service on a state-of-the-art technology platform. So we're not just simply a telephonic concierge service, although that's where we started. We've incorporated some pretty cool technology so that it enables us to really meet the guests wherever they are in their journey. If they want a digital experience, we've got it covered. If they want to talk to a live person, which is personally the way I like to engage when I'm on vacation, I want to talk to somebody. We've got that end of it covered. So we really got that sort of whole two-sided ability to engage those partners and guests.
Awesome. So with a hotel concierge service, you would call and they would answer and provide information, but sometimes they would actually make the booking arrangements as well. Is that something that you provide also?
We do, yeah. We actually make the booking arrangements as well. So really, the difference between us and a hotel concierge, I mean, the biggest difference is they're on site and we're virtual. But aside from that, I mean, we operate the same way. So the guests can call us and we can make the bookings for them. The one thing, though, that's really unique about us is we're a 24/7 service. So as long as a guest actually has a internet connection and a smartphone, they can get a hold of us. It doesn't matter, what time of day that is. So most hotel concierge desks are kind of normal business hours, or they may close down at 5 or 6 p.m. and you have to leave a voicemail and you don't hear back from them until the next day.
Is there anything that I would need to have in place in order to work with you guys as a vacation rental manager or a hotel?
No, really, it's all about, wanting to move the needle on guest experience. So there's nothing that you would need. We do have an integrated model. So if you have a PMS system, we can integrate your guest information into our platform, which certainly streamlines the process and makes it a little bit easier. But we don't need to run on an integrated model. So if you're like, hey, look, I want a concierge service. I need to move the needle. It's competitive out there. I need more guests and I need to fill up rooms. With us, it's literally a very simple three-step process. We have a quick call. You provide us with some data, and we can get you up and running, full-on concierge in about a week.
And do you operate in mainly the Florida area or is it regional?
Yeah, so right now we're based in the Florida market. We definitely have our sights set on some other markets across the U.S. But one thing that's super important to us is we do believe in that local aspect of things. So we could easily expand into many markets in the U.S. But then I think, you tend to struggle a little bit with who are the best providers and how do you find, the best partners to engage with and providing that, exceptional services for your guests. So, we definitely have our sights set on the expansion, but we want to be sure that we can still portray and deliver that local experience.
Excellent. And does size matter in terms of how many properties or rooms or anything like that?
So for right now in the market we serve, I mean, we've got properties or partners that have anywhere from maybe a small boutique 12, 15 type of establishment to over 100 properties. So that's kind of where we sit, but there's not really any limits or anything like that. We, obviously would gravitate more on the higher end of the market in terms of properties, but for right now, there's not really any limitations there.
Excellent. And if you have any happy clients right now, could you share briefly why they are so happy with you?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, I think it's kind of two sides to it. So happy guests and then happy property managers. So from a guest perspective, um, they get to engage with us, and many of the guests that we work with have not been to the area before. So, they struggle resourcing information. It's kind of like drinking from a fire hose. There's so much to do around here, and you have a little bit of the fear of missing out. So, we can kind of help pare things down for them, provide curated experiences, and really just kind of fill those gaps where their property manager or their hotel, may not have the bandwidth to be able to really get into the nitty gritty of that guest experience like we can. So our guests love the fact that they can get a hold of us, that we're accessible, that we're very responsive, we're friendly. We really make them feel special when they're here. And that's, I think, a breath of fresh air for a lot of guests that are, living and working in an environment where you're in a fast-paced environment, dealing with emails and leaving people voicemails and, waiting for people to get back to you. When they get here and they get to work with us, it's like a complete different experience, where they become kind of the boss and they have the ability to kind of have us on speed dial, and we just kind of take care of everything for them. So we definitely put a lot of smiles on folks' faces, and we ease the burdens of some of the things that you don't think about while you're on vacation, the running down of supplies and whatnot. And from a property manager perspective, I just feel like we're sort of the easy button when it comes to boosting guest experience quickly. We're a quick lever to pull. Doesn't take much to get set up with us, and then boom, all of a sudden you've got a concierge service. So we are, one of our super awesome achievements recently was a review that was left on one of our partners' Google review sites, where they noted that they loved the property, but actually made comment that the property also set them up with a concierge service that provided airport transportation and groceries, and got them a special restaurant reservation and things like that. And the last comment that they made was, this property manager cares about hospitality, and it shows. So, when I see that, I'm like, okay, that makes me feel good, because that's really why we're in it. We're trying to help our property managers shine.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to share that. That was really helpful.
Sure.
Excellent. And cheers, everybody. See you next time.
Thanks, Rebecca.